Anyway, now that we're live, we need no introduction. Let's get into it. We got Monday's footage ready to roll. I think we had a little bit of a light start. Oh,
yeah, Battle of the Austins.
Let's preface this, yeah. Yeah, Luke was pretty adamant about seeing Austin v. Austin. I think since Austin in the white and black rash guard is headed back to school soon, I think. Figured we get one last showdown in.
Yep.
Yeah, and these two are so like well matched for each other, like body type wise and everything. They make good training partners, so it's good to see them getting after it together. So Blue Austin pulled guard and is starting to play his closed guard game.
He's working underhooks. He's doing well. Got the body triangle from closed guard. So easy for him to throw up the trap triangle or like just a top lock.
Yeah, and he's working the wrong way triangle here too, which is so like I was watching and I saw him do this, and like this is the case where like right here, top Austin is starting to like kind of stack, his butt's coming away from his heels. This would be a good time to reach under, where's my pointer, to reach under this leg to start pulling yourself to that as close to basically north-south as you can, except you retain the triangle connection with your legs. And then I know the part that I had the hardest time with is getting the hips up, and like it's like you almost want your butt like up and over the shoulder line. Like you really have to overemphasize, at least I have to overemphasize it. It helps to do that for our, the shorter legged folks. Austin may have no trouble with that at all. What's cracking, James? Thanks for excuse me, thanks for dropping in. We're talking about an Austin versus Austin battle. But yeah, I mean everything here, like I love he points his knees like in this direction, like he's cutting the angle. It looked so great. Even without the arm reaching on the leg, he still cut a very good angle and probably could have maybe could have finished it, but he uses that hip power to put Austin on his back. Which we've talked about a lot here.
Yeah.
And then this was almost hard to watch. What's up, Steven? So he starts going for this Kimura. Like he starts really digging on the Kimura, which is great. This is an excellent secondary attack for this wrong way triangle. The only reason I was like so concerned with it, I mean, look, he fully separates the hand from the body. He's got the knuckles behind the back. I think Austin, the one in trouble right now, maybe has a little bit of flexibility on his shoulder. I would have scream tapped, but all I can think about when I see this is Ethan Krellinston and a match he had a while ago. Like I think before he really started making a name for himself. He gets the wrong way triangle. He digs on the Kimura. The guy doesn't snap, and you hear his bone break. Like it sounds like a torsional fracture of the bone. Like it's not the muscle. I don't know. It just sounds like a bone broke. So I was hoping to God that Austin would either tap out in time or roll with it like he does here and get safe. Hides his back, making it harder for Austin to finish the Kimura, but he's in a good mount position.
And top Austin now is trying to go for a Katagatame. Good threat, getting the right arm above the head. And then, yeah, I mean, like, good defensive strategy here, pummeling in.
We'll have to come back to Pat and Dan here in a second. Still a lot going on with the Battle of the Austins.
I remember watching that transition too. That was a pretty sick transition to the back.
So setting up a good back attack, trying to work the hand fight.
What I was noticing while watching it was that although he's, using his legs in order to start trapping like that, he wasn't stopping attacking with the upper body.
Yeah.
So that's something that's important, I feel like, for people who are very threatening on the back, is that even though he's working to use his legs in order to stop the hand fight, a lot of people just focus on isolating the arms, and getting them trapped, rather than, half the time when somebody's trying to get their arms back, they leave their neck wide open, right? And if you give them that double trouble, like that constant thought of, oh, I'm gonna get my hand back, and then they start looking up and whatnot, then the person attacking can just start taking advantage of that.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go back a little bit. So switch focus to Pat and Daniel up top. Yeah, in addition to some of the kudos we've been giving Pat lately with his bottom half guard work and making things difficult for us, I had the pleasure of dealing with a really relentless mount pressure game from him this week. I mean, we're on mount week anyway, so it was nice that he was really working that. But yeah, his ability to maintain his mount while he attacks is really solid. And definitely just like annoying, which whenever I call you guys annoying, I hope you all take it as a compliment, because you're making things difficult for us, which is what we want.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens here. Switch into an armbar, kind of, then comes back. Looks like maybe an Americana. Oh, he switches, okay, to the top side arm.
Oh, you know what it was? It was the one that Luke showed.
Yeah, the hip.
Americana. Yep.
Yeah, hipping in from the modified mount.
That's
That's when Luke asked him if he hit the move of the night.
Yep. It's a good wrestle up by Daniel.
Yeah, and just moving all the way around the body when he's encountering some frames that he can't get the best of. Shin pinning that near side arm. Then we got Matt just whooping up on Ryan over here too. Wait, what did I miss? Looks like another arm attack. Cross side.
Yeah.
Didn't get to see it. It's like Pat hit him with a little. It's hard to tell if Pat forced that back exposure or
belly
if,
hook.
yeah,
Right.
if Dan did.
Yep.
All right, what's up with Austin and Austin?
So definitely going in has cross Ashi here. I really wish he would have kept that leg because that was a really solid roll through entrance.
Yeah. So right here is kind of the beginning of that cross Ashi. If you think about it, and this is something I hope a lot of our students aspiring to get better at leg locks start to think about. If you and I sat on the mat and said, all right, let's set up cross Ashi for a demonstration. If I was doing it to you and I was sitting on your right side, my left leg and your right leg, if we were sitting next to each other, would be touching. I would turn 90 degrees. My left leg would go over your right leg and under your far leg. So the same kind of thing is going on here. If we took Austin and could rotate him around this way to where he was looking at the TV, in this case, his right leg is on Austin's left leg. That's the very beginnings of a cross Ashi. And like when you start to recognize that, you start to like those like fancy looking inversions and entrances start to make a lot more sense. Let's see. Here it looks like I want to see where the switch happened.
There.
Yeah, right here. So now again, if you untangled them, you would have the same thing that I was just describing, where bottom Austin's right leg is tangled with top Austin's left leg. Make sure I'm saying that right.
Yep.
So now, here's where this could have gotten really slick looking, I think, and I'm curious what your thoughts are. If he triangled his legs right here, so if we'll reverse my arrow, if this foot went in behind this knee and then he heeled down, he would sit into a really nice cross Ashi position. Like right there, he could set it up if he just figure four'd his legs and then took his heels to the mat right here. Right, he could have gotten there a lot earlier, I think, without Austin scrambling out of it. But
yeah, I definitely agree.
Either way, it's just cool to see.
It is. Yeah, for that entrance, you bottom Austin, the one attacking with the legs here, would need to get more perpendicular.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, this is a perfect entrance. If he locked up his legs into a triangle right now, his goal to keep the leg would be to get his left knee behind the other, like top Austin's right leg,
mm-hmm.
and then that would trap the knee line, and you could sit up into a nice cross Ashi position. Here.
Yeah, your point about getting more perpendicular. To get there, because he's outside of like the realm of using a crossed shoulder post or anything.
Yep.
He could really use this leg, this free untangled leg, to kind of pendulum himself around, and the same way he would shift his hips, like I don't know, it makes sense in my head, but the same sort of hip elevation he would do when he was hitting that hitting his wrong way triangle earlier. He could do that here, pendulum the leg around, get the hips nice and high, triangle his legs, and then take top Austin's hips to the ground.
Yep.
So when you can't cross shoulder post, you can use some of the momentum of that leg to help get to a better angle. And because he didn't have the angle, I'd say that may be the primary reason why Austin in the white rash guard was able to get out of it.
Austin on top now, using good shin staples down on the back of the legs.
Yeah, and
that was another.
I think for a tip for him from here, especially working with either with this Austin or any other similar triangle sniper like that, you don't have to play this like kneeling guard in front of your opponent, because a triangle specialist, like look at, I don't want to give Austin too much credit, because he always starts talking shit when I'm being too complimentary of him. But I mean, look at what he's doing. He's controlling posture. He's got this wrist. He's gonna try to get this knee over top and set up a triangle, right? He's looking for his setups, very well. And when this Austin is kneeling down, he's in that danger zone of getting his posture broken, getting that leg over the shoulder and leaving himself vulnerable. So, something he could work on is working standing, like working his Toreando passes, working from a little bit more outside to control the legs. Certainly not allowing, like trying to win the grip fight, but not allowing himself to be, put in that position, getting his posture broken down. Kind of like some of the footwork we highlighted with Ryan from the other week. I put a clip up on Instagram today, like working some of the passing fundamentals from a little bit more distance could be helpful in not getting yourself caught up there. Or, on the other side of the token, playing an extremely tight body lock game, which is just something he's going to have to like really dive into. But when he's in that middle area, like that's where you're going to get caught like this. And that's right where Austin wants to, right where he wants to work from, this guy.
I love how he just like he knows he's not able to cut the angle just yet, but he's like, okay, let me get on top. Let me see if I can cut the angle from the top side. He's using that leg to promote the turn so that he can get his
get the mounted triangle.
Get Austin's arm free. Is basically what he's looking at there.
Yeah.
That was gonna be a nice,
really great match from both of them. I really do. We gave Blue Rashy Austin a lot of focus there offensively, but Austin in the white rash guard did well to try to shut down a lot of those like Kimura attacks and all that stuff. Good composure, worked as best he could.
Training together.
Yeah, we were kind of flowing. I think we were both just like his neck is hurt, my everything hurts, so we were just kind of moving around. He got a killer ankle pick on me right there, like should have seen it coming a mile away, and he was like, I caught you looking. Completely broken down posture, couldn't round my back any more than it already is. And then he just pushes me right back. I was like, damn, got me.
We got Steven and Pat. I'm training with Jason over on the left.
Oh, Steven hits a rear naked strangle on me later that I can't wait to watch. Actually, real quick, before I brag later about that rear naked, let's look at me getting strangled. Okay, so yeah, Matt works a pretty standard like straight jacket approach here. Hits me with the leg trap over the arm. Locks it down the proper way, where the leg of his that is trapping my arm is the bottom leg, and his opposite leg comes in to complement it as the top leg. Digging in, there's no real way I can get it out. I was having a hard time with it. Gets right under the neck. Kind of hits me with the chin whip a little bit there, and then starts digging with that knife hand. Crawling, and that was good to go. 2 times I tried to sit back on that cross-ashi with Matt, and he slipped a knee each time.
Yeah, he doesn't do that. Won't play that game.
All right, Steven stepping in deep. Nice little hop around there to almost get the back. I wish I could see what grip battle they're fighting there. What did Matt do to me? Got found. Oh. Yeah, started attacking my left shoulder.
Yeah, dismount. That's really nice.
Yeah. Super clean.
It's quick and decisive with him, right? Like,
yeah.
You can't mess with those. They hurt in the morning.
Yeah. I like what Pat's doing here, putting all his weight, pressuring down onto Steven, making it very difficult for him to try to re-guard, sit to guard.
I feel like Steven's peeking through. Yeah, he's trying to figure out which side Pat's going to go to so that he knows where he can sit out to.
Mm-hmm. Caleb, didn't you come to this? Weren't you there Monday for like advanced? And
early.
Did you leave early?
Yeah.
Why'd you dip, man?
I heard it. It hurt his back too.
Oh. Everybody be getting injured these days.
Yeah.
So wait, what happened? Why'd they stop? Oh, looks like okay. Switch to the arm in. Oh, he hit him with the 5-finger. That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, he told me about that later. Yeah, Matt's reintroduced the 5-finger to the, well, I should say introduced. I can't say any of us really ever worked that too much until Matt started just nailing all of us with it.
Yeah. Jason shot in for an ashi on me. It was really nice. Well timed.
Let's see. Okay. Hold on. We'll hide the chat real quick. Alright, so he's working. There we go. Okay, I was wondering if you'd get that leg inside. Nice.
He locks up the grip. He's trying to take me over. He's got a lot of pressure on that side.
And it looks like he was kind of working your style with the straight ankle grip.
Yep.
You know, I know you like to hit that. Trying to catch you on the step over.
Yeah, I pry his legs open. then I'm able to pass.
That was killer. Like, what makes me so happy about that? I mean, Jason, like, he doesn't have. I wouldn't say he has like a strong leg lock game right now, but I mean, how many like of our students have you seen just like their eyes cross when we start teaching, on legs week, which will be coming up soon-ish, 3 weeks from now, leg entrances, and you and I roll through them because we've been doing them forever, and they're like, I don't even know what this, like, okay, I'll just take your word for it, and like right here, just seeing him slip that bottom leg. Let's see if I could get to the right frame. Seeing him slip the bottom leg back in with full intention of shooting up to an Arimiyashi, like, that's what we want to see. That's right there. That little move is indicative of an understanding and like progress towards building your leg locking game. So super stoked to see that, man. Also really pissed that now we're gonna have to start worrying about Jason leg locking us.
Yeah, right.
Back to the chat. Oh, y'all be chatty. Did you heard it at work or something? You too. Let's assume a work injury. Austin working his single leg finish here. Nice quick shot. Kind of a shot from outside. He didn't penetrate too deep. He didn't really have to since he's got arms like Dalsim. But I like that he keeps his head in. His legs are a little wide here, so I probably had some freedom to move around a bit. He opts to push my leg outside and goes in on the inside trip.
Nice.
Looked like he briefly thought about a double, right? There was a little knee tap there.
Yeah.
He could have fired through on that. But either way, really good. We went over a single leg takedown. I don't know, maybe it was Saturday. I think I taught Saturday's class. Yeah, I did. I don't think Austin got to see that, but my whole thought behind that was, what do you do? We all know how to run the pipe, or we talk about running the pipe when the leg is in between, when the leg that you've captured is between your legs. We have answers for this one that, which typically, good options, the inside trip. And then I talked about what happens when the leg is totally in front of you, and the options you have to finish from there. Good to have an answer for all of them. Jason's been talking about everyone attacking his legs lately, so it's cool he's working on it. Yeah, man, that's rad. And you know why everyone's attacking his legs? It's because his upper body defense and his ability to hide his arm is ridiculously good. He's a strong dude, but he understands how to use that strength now instead of just being like muscly. Like he's the strength is now becoming a tool, not just something that saps you of your energy with him. So we got to start looking for other ways to get the tap on him, and it's probably sending a lot of us towards leg locks. Look at Austin sending up this triangle on Daniel here. Trying to get the reverse triangle.
Here, Bat hit me with an armbar a few seconds ago.
Oh, there we
Well,
go.
watch how he strips my hands. So he's going in and he's going down towards the lower body. Anyone who's not familiar with why he would be grabbing my leg right before this, so he's got like his the head side arm through, and then he uses his right arm to hook my leg. And what he's doing there, by hooking the leg, I can't plant and drive up into him in order to start stacking and eventually starting my escape. So that's why he actually hooks my leg, and it's a very debilitating movement, right? And when he starts doing that, the only thing that's crossing my mind is trying to figure out how in the hell I can hitchhike her out of this. Because by him grabbing my leg, it's letting me, he's not trying to break my grip. He's just trying to hold me down, right? And so at this point, what I'm trying to do is get my grip cinched up a little bit tighter, so that way I can hitchhiker when I have time. So he switches here, and then he's going back and he doubles up because he thinks that he can break my grip. And so I'm holding on for, for dear life here, right? He's pulling. He's a strong guy, and I'm still able to hold on. And so he continues through, and I actually switch to a rear naked grip so I can get my my hand, the non-attacked arm, right underneath his thigh, the head side thigh. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Yeah, you'll probably be able to see that. So I don't know if I've made the full switch just yet. But now I have. So now I have a rear naked grip, and my left hand in this case is the not attacked arm is underneath his near side thigh.
So you're
watch what he does.
Trying to strip in a way, or like wedge his leg off of your face.
That's right. I'm trying to get the leg off of the face so that I can drive my head on top of the leg and get my shoulder and elbow clear of the armbar. So as soon as I do this, he winds up this. He actually pulls his right knee over to my body, and I'm like, sweet, I can start sitting up. So as soon as he does that, he takes his head side and he switches it to the opposite side of my elbow. And again, this is the one that is underneath his thigh. And when he does this, he back heels and pops my elbow off of my hand and strips the grip completely.
Interesting.
You see that shit?
Yeah.
It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. At that point, I couldn't even think about hitchhiking out. And I was like, how in the hell did he strip my grip? Normally at that point, I'm like, I'm out, And when he did that, I was like so flabbergasted. I was like, oh man, that was so cool. And I sat up immediately. I was like, dude, you got to show me how you did that. Like,
that's cool. Rad. I don't think I've seen that before.
I haven't either. I've never seen it before.
Let's look at it in regular speed. So there, I mean, let's see. I mean, I feel like, I don't know, maybe he must be back heeling very tightly with his right leg, the one by your hip.
Yep.
No, I mean, it's not, it's like on top of you.
No, it's laying down. Like
yeah.
his right knee shin is like across my belly.
But you know what? His hamstring is right against your face. So like, even if you could hitchhike, like you could get your legs to hitchhike, you've still got like, you'll still have to kind of like get your head underneath his thigh. So he's got a little bit of a wedge there.
And when he starts pulling back, he doesn't pull into his left pocket. He's very careful to pull into his right pocket. So he sends my arm not in the direction of the hitchhiker, which is the direction I'm trying to go. I'm trying to throw my thumb into his left pocket, right? And as soon as I have to let go because he's broken my grip,
he's already
I have
made
to
the
go
distance.
over it. Yep, he's already got that. He secures the thumb and then he gets the tap. And I was like, that was so cool. You have I think after the roll, I was like, you gotta show me what you did to break my grip.
That was badass.
Yeah.
Damn, I really want to try that armbar escape.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna keep thinking about that and miss all the other stuff. Steven's doing some head hunting tonight.
I got caught with the same ankle pick.
Oh, really?
I didn't realize it when he even got like what he did to me, but it was essentially like a tripod sweep.
Yeah.
Is kind of what he had on me, but like on the wrong hip or so. You know, he didn't push on my opposite hip. He pushed on the same side hip.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, just a little variation.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, and I was like, damn.
It's good to see Austin being as relentless against Dan as he is with the rest of us.
Yeah.
I mean, obvious size discrepancy, big experience discrepancy, but he's still able to employ a lot of the same game that he likes to use elsewhere. So, just looking at what's going on with Austin and I, just to further give him reason to maybe focus on different passing variations. I mean, he's kind of in the same spot here as I was talking about earlier with Austin, like kind of in that mid range. He doesn't have a very tight upper body connection to me, and he's certainly not, he hasn't created distance or anything. So he's not playing an outside game. He's not playing a very tight passing game, and it's allowing me to get things like the shoulder crunch position here. And I think it's happened a few times in this round. Oh, Jason on an ankle. Briefly. Nice, Jason. This is great because, again, more, speaking to progress, a few months ago now, I made Jason and Steven together after class work standing guard breaks. I think Jason was getting his feet under him for it, like getting figuratively speaking, the balance that you need when you go upright in this position. That's where a lot of people get thrown off. And it was just, he'd get up, he'd fall over, he'd get up, they'd put, he'd get put down with the double ankle sweep. And now just to see him reaching up, going for it, Steven decides, he's not going to wait to get his guard open, and Jason's ready for it. So he's working with some of the different outcomes of that standing guard break dilemma there. The either breaking the guard open, being put down, and handling when somebody just opens their guard and tries to go for leg entrances. So it's good to see him get more comfortable in that position. I swear, Austin has been trying to Imanari roll in on me since he started training. Yeah. Which I love. I love to see it. I try to hit one on him here in a second just because I haven't gone for one of those in a while. Let's see how crappy it looks. Yeah. His legs are way too far back. How did Steven get on top here? Oh, nice roll. So Jason goes for the guillotine. He's got the arm in.
Oh, and he goes for the half guard sweep.
Well, yeah, and what I like about this is Steven knew that Jason didn't have a base. He was committed on that, on the Armin guillotine. So he goes, okay, keep it. And then rolls over his damn, he just rolls over his whole body. It wasn't even like a bridge. He just kind of like rolled him back.
Right.
That was clever. I want to make a soundboard for this chat where I could just like hit buttons with like my drum machine and have like sounds play. And I want the Australian guy from Jurassic Park saying "clever girl." I feel like we could use that a lot.
Yeah.
Good round. Man, one of the most tiring things you can do at our school, I think, is stand up with Jason. It's getting harder and harder to take him down too. Like I think he's gotten tired of like my foot sweeps, so he doesn't give them up as easily.
They're very heavy on your head.
He does, which makes it so difficult for me to set anything up.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not trying to have my posture broken right now. I don't want to look at the mat. About have my back there. Steven going into a leg lock. Damn, gets the straight ankle on Daniel. So this little exchange with Jason, seated versus kneeling, a little bit of a hand fight, and then just to demonstrate, I think we've talked about it here before, a lot of standing techniques work very well in similar positions. They like, or not similar positions, in seated positions, in positions on the ground like this. I just hit an arm drag, nothing too fancy. Right here. So, you know, we're playing patty cake for a little bit. Get my same side wrist control. Deep grip. You can see how deep I'm reaching on the shoulder there. Up nice and tall, or nice and high, to pull his shoulder all the way across my body and get the back exposure. Really, really tight grip on the lat to hoist myself up. Try to take the back from there. Very basic, nothing special.
Yeah, but elbow across your midline means back exposure, right?
Absolutely. And then now it's just a losing hand fight battle against him because I couldn't get his arms where I wanted them.
Yeah, it's very tough.
I have the damnedest time with like a high elbow defense. You know, when they're playing up here.
Yep.
I'm often, depending on which way they're leaning and how we're configured, I end up switching to like arm bars and stuff. But it is a little, it's a bit of a hit on the morale when I'm on the back and I just like can't get to the neck. Looks like I think Steven got another leg lock there, so double toe hold.
Yeah, there
Dan
were
loses
on that one.
Yeah, Dan lost the toe hold, and
he was fine last night though, so it didn't hurt him.
Okay, good.
Hurt him. It just kind of stretched a little bit.
Little celery in the ankle.
Yeah.
Real dogfight there.
Yeah, the head and arm grip was strong.
Speed this up a bit.
Yeah.
Try to get the guillotine.
Yeah.
And again, kind of to my last point, working a snap down, snap down to guillotine, same thing I like, or a similar thing I like to do from standing. No reason you can't hit it when you're on the ground.
Yep. Oh, nice. I didn't think he was going to get the back take. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, so he gets it, but then like before we get there, I mean, you could kind of tell we're a little misaligned. Even when he gets, like, I have my leg inside right now, but he manages to pummel over. Even when he gets this, my head is to the mat, my shoulders are about to the mat, and you'll see me, I just kind of reach my right arm up, like I'm asking a question, like right here, just reach it up, and then a hard turn to my right makes it very easy to slip my elbow inside. And at that point, he and I both know there is no back take, and then it's just a matter of who gets to the top position.
Spun pretty quick out of that one. He knew his leg was in trouble.
Yes, he did. Played it real speed. He did not wait around for me to get my legs, like I didn't even have a triangle, like the figure 4 set up or anything. He's like, nah, I'm not sticking around. Really, really good awareness. I'm gonna go back real quick to see where Dan got on top here. I feel like we missed that. Low single. Excellent knee pressure. Beats the turn. Cool. Nice sequence. That was kind of just like that John Smith low single stuff we talked about a while ago.
Yeah, good round.
Very cool. All right, Steven, you ready to see your terrible attempt at a rear naked strangle on me? It's pathetic. Oh, we were talking about half guard when someone shoots deep half. I saw this on like one of Gordon's promotion things for his recent release. Instead of using the crossface, using the head on the near side right here as the crossface, which Steven said from there was immediately a pain in the ass.
Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah. Something I really want to play around with a bit more.
Yeah, because you give the crossface with the arm and shoulder. A lot of people that are long, have long arms can still reach through
Mm-hmm.
and get you off balance.
Yeah, you also like, if you think about it, when you cross face and then sprawl your leg back, you're elongating one side of your body and making your base much longer, which is that's a setup for Kazushi, right? Like, think about X guard, people are widening, if you use an X guard sweep, people are widening the feet so your base gets really long and then you get taken over easily. Meanwhile, when you use the head, you kind of just post there. It gives you a free arm. You likely, hopefully, have the underhook on the top side. So you have like a whole different set of tools you can use from there instead of just smashing your bicep across their face, which, is fun, but I'd rather have some other tools at my disposal. Really good double from Steven. It's like, I'm not even going to fight it. So I just didn't really give this any respect up until now. And I'm like, I'm in trouble. I'm in a lot of trouble. And with my right hand, I managed to find his knuckle line. And then with with both hands, I was able to get out. And like, I really can't emphasize how deep. This is the deepest strangle I've ever been caught in. He's under my chin, full connection to my carotid arteries. Everything about this, I should have been tapping for. And I think when we talked about it at the end, I think I was just able to beat the hiding of his knuckles with his chin. We reach around the neck, we hide the knuckles with the chin, and then we use our other hand to come in and slide in there and get the grip. And I was able to interrupt that at some point. Maybe because his control hand was on bottom, so it's going to make it very difficult to pull that arm out to get the knuckle coverage. But whatever happened, I ended up finding his knuckle line. But like, this really was, everything about this strangle was really good and extremely threatening. And I just don't even know still how I managed to find that and then escape. And he's like, "You son of a bitch." Let's see if I kip escape from here. I was really trying to work on my kips yesterday. Or Monday, rather. Not the easiest thing to do with a hurt back, but...
Hopefully you're setting one up.
Trying. I if I don't feel heavy pressure on my face, I'm normally not going to hit the kipping escape. So Steven's... His hips are back a little bit. My head is free to rotate, so I was just opting for the elbow. Yeah, real good, except the finish. That's right. Real good, except the part that mattered. I like how quick Steven is to run around the side here. Like he gets like this is a legit threat on the toe hold. Gets me turning into it, which just gets my knees pointed in one direction, to basically behind him, and he immediately recognizes that. Hits a leg weave, which I don't even think I realized, and then sets up his pass.
Nice.
I'm doing nothing of any importance with my legs there. Just trying to slow him down for a second while I either get my guard back or something. Taking a page out of Cole's book here. I'm working with double unders to no avail. Cole's better at it than I am. You and Austin over here in the corner. Little backside trip. Again, that was similar to what I hit on you in the gi the other day, where you had that high over the back kind of grip, and then just a nice level change. Bring my hips close, sink my foot behind, and then push with my head. And I like to additionally pull with my hips to try to get people moving back over that. Real flurry of activity there. And Daniel keeping score, the wrestling coach. Full credit to Steven, though. It's I think he definitely had the best of the attacks in that match.
Cole and Daniel. I don't know that I've seen them train together.
Yeah, no, I know they've had a few matches. I don't know if we've gotten any on camera. Good sprawling. Really good sprawling. Dan trying to hit the sit out. Cole staying on top. That was a good stand-up exchange between the two of them.
Here's the kick.
What, for me or?
You.
Oh yeah, Austin. Yeah, kind of like what I was saying. Austin's heavy, you know, chest against the face, shoulder against the face. Right into a leg entrance. I think with that, Austin is going back to school, so. If you're watching, bud, I don't know if you follow us or subscribe or are lurking in the chat or anything, but always good to see you, man.
Yeah, man. We'll see you next time.
Like, comment, subscribe if you do. And anybody else, throw us your Twitch Prime if you guys already subscribed to us, or if your Twitch Prime has expired. Do it again. It really helps the channel. And I don't bother with promoting us enough midstream, so you're welcome for that. I feel like I'm just constantly fighting these, like, this leg weaving and leg pummeling with Austin these days.
Yeah, I'm watching watching that right now.
So much of it. I really should do better to just close distance when I have the opportunity to. Here I'm doing a bit better at that, working this like side body lock.
Austin's doing a good job trying to miss a line on you. You're not
Yeah.
letting him go very easy though.
Dan just had a nice arm lock attempt on Cole up here. He'd isolated the forearm and started working an Americana, but Cole straight armed out of it and got safe. Where is it? Right here. He starts to get the attack on it. Cole says, nah. But yeah, Austin was proving difficult to strangle here. I don't remember if I got it or not.
You got the arm now. Probably just a matter of time.
I think he was hiding the chin pretty well. I may have switched up here.
Now you're on the. Yeah, so he got the arm back.
Yeah, and I'm doing a little bit of side switching between like strangle arm and all that. Oh yeah, that's a nasty little armbar.
Yep.
And just a weird kind of leg configuration. Kind of what you might call a triangle bar. But then yeah,
it's like the wrong way triangle, and yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, and it was just towards the end here, it was just a focus on like the wrist control. Breaking over my thigh. But I wanted to, or really I'm breaking over my hip, but I'm kind of facing. I'm doing it in a way where the ground is in the way, so I had to like turn his hand, and then you'll see how I kind of start to arch. I arched into it, but I still wanted to act like I was taking it down towards my pocket, So, kind of a weird angle, but that all came from his scrambling. Let's look at Dan and Cole real quick. Where did they end up? So Dan switching knee on belly, one side to the other, to the legs, to the straight ankle. And a kind of a cross-side straight ankle too. You see he sits down. Doesn't use a cross-side grip, but...
Yeah, he uses the same side grip.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking Gumby-ass Austin trying to go plot at me. Couple strong boys.
Yeah, I think I was watching. It's a shame that Daniel and Matt are just about off screen. They had a really good role.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch.
Let's see what happened with Jason and Cole here. All right, Cole sits to guard. Pat and I are just like kicking the shit out of each other's legs trying to get these foot sweeps.
Yep.
There was so right there. It's kind of hard to see. We were chatting about it after the round, but we had all these foot sweep exchanges, and then I even said to him, like, I can't say I did this on purpose, but right here I do that little like feint step, which he tried to take the opportunity to hit me with a foot sweep before I could plant, which is exactly what you want to do. You know, he had already tried to hit me with a few of them, so I was able to like pull back in time. Had I been a little bit more ready for it, this is a perfect time to counter with one on him, right? So it's like you fake it, you draw the reaction from him, and then you hit it. It's almost, look how far his foot went out, right? Like that would have been a really, really good time to hit one. But yeah, I don't know. I always like to draw the similarities between like boxing and grappling, especially because people think they know more about boxing because, you know, it seems easy enough to understand. Throw your hands, punch somebody in the head, but like, you know, feints and all that are a huge part of it. And what just happened with the exchange on the feet has a pretty easy analogy to similar kinds of things in boxing. So working those feints should be a pretty crucial part of your game. Something I'm definitely going to try to play around with after that. Dan is trying his damnedest to pass Matt's guard here.
Yep.
And using that big man game he talks about, just really trying to work those heavy passes. Something I don't think I could give Matt much concern about, but you could see here Matt really has to keep his legs engaged, create distance when he's under attack on the with the heavy guard passing.
Yeah.
Poor Austin getting his arm barred again. It's good to see Steven having as much trouble strangling Austin as I was having. Good that Austin's back defense is solid. Just got to be ready for that transition. It's something, so, you know, nothing is foolproof here, but like with this from the back to the armbar transition for the guy getting attacked, such a huge part of this move is that cross-facing leg. I mean, you know, it's almost kind of an obvious thing to say just because it's an armbar. That's an important part of the armbar. But the transition all the way around the body, if you're ready for it, like if you know, based on what grips he has set up, the angle he has started to take, as he swings this leg around, if you feel confident enough that your attacked arm is like in a safe enough spot, you know, close to the chest, you're free, you know, your unattacked arm, which could be free, can really like shut down his ability to crossface. Like if Austin takes his free hand, his right hand in this case, and just kind of V grips to the heel, he can prevent, give himself enough time to get that arm, or I'm sorry, to get that leg from over his face to maybe back behind his head, plant his feet, drive his head over Steven's thigh, whatever he needs to do to disrupt that setup, and then turn into him, start to get safe again, work to Steven's close guard or whatever. Maybe even enter into some leg attacks. So you're not, Austin's done such a killer job shutting down the strangle from the back. Just has to now get used to shutting down the armbar transition from there. Jason's trying to attack a Kimura on Cole. And yeah, for Jason here, I would really focus on, well, you have options here, right? But okay, good. You really want to worry about,
nice.
Yeah, getting that leg free. I feel like he noticed that he had the freedom to do that. Initially he was really focused on the Kimura, which is fine if you can get to a decent figure 4 grip. You just got to understand that you're probably not going to finish the Kimura from here, but you can then use it to pass. We've gone over that, like, rolling half guard pass with the Kimura threat up to like the T Kimura position. But focusing on getting your leg free, if you don't have the Kimura, is where you're going to want to pay attention. Moving to a Kagetame threat, at least. See if he looks to dismount.
Doesn't seem to like it too much.
No. Did something happen with Steven and Austin a second ago? Wasn't sure. Alright, they just disengaged. Steve is just pinning Austin in this inverted position. That was a cool leg entrance. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Could have sat through on the what should we call it, on the cross ashi here. Like it ends up in
50-50.
Yeah. And not, yeah, okay, yeah, it is 50-50.
Or outside when he turns that way. It's outside after. Yep.
Right, yeah. He kind of runs the whole gamut of him there.
Mm-hmm.
How did Cole get to top position? All right, a little bridging escape.
Yep.
Let's see, that was kind of fast. Let's see.
He trapped the arm. Or, I mean, no, he didn't trap the arm.
So he kind of, yeah, it was weird. It wasn't like a traditional Upa, right? It was, he kind of popped his hips up, gets to his side. It looks like Jason got off balance from that initial bump.
Yep. Yeah, he fell to his right elbow.
Yeah. And then from there, Cole was able to hip heist up. Looks like a little bit of a battle. There we go. Cole makes it up. Yeah, I think Cole could have set up a little bit better of a bridge, like an Upa, rather than just that like explosive one up. Trying to go a bit more directional on it, and you know that was a perfect opportunity to hit like just your standard Upa, you know, trap the arm, trap the leg, and roll. But either way, he got him off balance, so that's a crucial part of that. What is Austin doing here? Look at this position Austin and Steven end up in right at the bell.
I've been in it. Yeah, I've been in it. It's so frustrating.
It's like a rubber guard, but around the waist.
Yeah.
Like Steven, Pat gets off of me, and Steven's like, Matt, look at this. What do I do with this?
Yeah.
What the hell am I supposed to do with this? Cole and Steven getting ready to dance. Oh. Nice. Cole did really well to avoid the guillotine there. He had to be really really had to pay attention with how he was moving right here through this inversion. If Cole's hips had come down on this side of Steven's head, it could have been a very different outcome.
Clamping hard on the shoulder and head.
Yeah.
Wow. You see him trying to pull into a leg entrance?
I was looking at Jason and Austin there.
It's double inside position there.
Yeah, he could have swung around on that on Steven's left leg. And not to pick on Cole. I mean, he has said to us before how like I guess just like disinterested he has been historically in like the leg lock game. But remember that it doesn't all have to be heel hooks and knee bars and shit. Like those leg entrances lend themselves very well to sweeps, and from there you can work to playing your top game, to passing guard, whatever else. So getting acquainted with like that Irimiyashi entrance that we saw Jason working on you earlier, right? Was it against you?
Yeah.
Cole could have just done a similar thing there, and then worked to get a sweep and a pass and all that stuff. I was gonna say, I think Cole feels pretty confident hanging out there that he's not gonna get triangled. I wouldn't advise anybody without that level of confidence in that position to do that. Cole's not especially easy to triangle though. Looks like Jason has to play his top half guard again.
always pushing on the leg and trying to drive into a mount.
With Austin.
Elevation.
Yeah, it almost looks like kind of like a wing sweep. I'm trying to see how Jason's loaded up on Austin's leg. Austin kind of does that I guess you could just say it's like kind of counterintuitive. I talked about it a few weeks ago where instead of shrimping away to where you're facing, your chest facing your opponent and you're shrimping your hips away, he actually shrimps his hips back underneath Jason.
Right.
And is able to get some elevation from there with that top side hook, it looks like in this case.
Yeah.
God, Steven wants this guillotine so bad.
He's got the back. Cole's out of alignment there.
He's doing the hawking, as a Preet might say. I'm sure Cole was probably saying it there too.
Yep.
Ooh.
Got the tap.
Jason's a little high on the calf. Probably doesn't have to worry. Yeah, I was going to say Austin doesn't have to worry too much about the straight ankle from here. But let's see where. Yeah, and so what's bad about this for Jason is he's lost the ability to slide down the leg easily because his feet are all the way up here. Like this is his foot line, so he can't like base on Austin's hips and push down the leg. So he's kind of stuck at that calf position, which isn't going to be very useful for submitting. Did Steven get some, or did they just...
Yeah, I think you got a arm lock.
Oh, snap.
Something.
Yeah, a little straight arm.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it... I mean, by the time he tapped, it looked like it was back to an Americana.
Yeah.
I think Cole told him he hurt it really bad. But he actually didn't. Cool. Good stuff tonight, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah. Really good. Mats weren't quite as packed as some of the previous weeks, which was nice. I feel like we could give you guys a bit more attention than having 8 matches going on all at once. But we hope you got something out of it. That was a really good display of technique from everybody, offensively and defensively. So, yeah, what is it? Wednesday. So we got gi class tomorrow.
Yep.
What else? And then let's see. Any other big things going on? Yeah. Thanks a lot, Steven. I don't know. I can't think of any news we need to share. So thanks again for tuning in. Follow us here. Subscribe here. Subscribe on YouTube. We'll post this video up there for you guys to review. I really need to just like make an intro screen for us, but like, remember, if you guys aren't, you can always claim this as class credit. If you go to the Mooresville BJJ website and log into your portal, Wednesdays and Sundays are up there for you guys to say, hey, I'm paying attention and doing some extra studying. So just a reminder about that. Thank you, Caleb. Thanks for letting us know we were live earlier when I totally didn't even realize it. And hope your back feels better, man. Don't overdo it. Try not to try to make. I know you're the apprentice, but try to make everybody else do the hard work. And yeah, other than that, you got anything?
No, all good, man.
Cool. All right. Well, we will see you guys at class. Trim your nails, do your laundry, don't be stinky, and we'll see you on the mats.
Later.
Laters.